Welcome to Fiscal Files Episode 3, the series where economies aren't explained, they're exposed. Today's file, Germany. This country doesn't shout, it doesn't gamble. Yet somehow it builds more wealth than almost any country on Earth. With machines, discipline, and an obsession with getting things exactly right. But here's the twist. The same system that made it rich might now be slowing it down. Setting the stage. Germany is not flashy like the United States. It's not chaotic like emerging economies. It's something else entirely. A country where trains run late and it becomes national news. Where engineers are celebrities in their own circles. Where a single bolt in a factory is designed to last 30 years, not 3. This is Europe's largest economy, Germany. Its GDP is more than $4.5 trillion, population is around 84 million, and exports more than $1.7 trillion every year. That means nearly 40% of Germany's entire economy depends on selling to the world. Germany earns money, one perfectly engineered product at a time. The industrial core. Not dead, just dominant. While most developed countries shifted towards services and software, Germany doubled down on industry. Today, manufacturing accounts for 20% of Germany's GDP, whereas in the US it is 11% and in UK around 9%. Rather than abandoning factories, Germany perfected them. When we think of Germany, first thing that comes to mind is cars. So let's talk cars. Germany produces around 3.5 to 4 million vehicles annually. But the real power isn't volume, it's value. A single car from Mercedes-Benz or BMW or Audi can sell for $50,000 to $150,000 plus. Multiply that across millions of exports, and you start to see the scale. Then there's machinery. Germany is the world's #1 exporter of industrial equipment. Companies like Siemens don't just sell machines, they sell entire production systems. Factories in India, China, and the US often run on German-designed equipment. Chemicals? BASF alone generates more than $70 billion in annual revenue. That's not just chemicals. That is the invisible layer behind industries like pharmaceuticals, plastics, electronics, and agriculture. Germany doesn't just make finished products, it makes the tools that make everything else. The hidden empire. Mittelstand. Now, here's where things get interesting. Germany's economy is not controlled by giant corporations alone. It's powered by over 3 million small and medium enterprises. This is the Mittelstand. These companies are strange. They don't chase headlines. They don't go viral. They don't even try to be famous. But globally, they dominate. For examples, a company making 90% of the world's toothbrush machinery. Another producing 70% of all industrial X-ray systems. Hundreds controlling 50 to 80% market share in ultra-specific niches. They are called hidden champions, and together they employ over 60% of Germany's workforce. Unlike startups, they don't aim for billion-dollar valuations, they aim for generational survival. Many of them are 50 to 150 years old, family-owned, and deeply specialized. This creates something powerful, not speed, not hype, but unshakable dominance. How Germany builds humans like machines. Germany doesn't leave skill development to chance, it engineers it. Nearly 50% of German students don't go to traditional universities. Instead, they enter the dual education system. Half classroom, half real-world work. By age 18 to 20, a German apprentice might already have 2 to 3 years of hands-on experience, specialized technical skills, a guaranteed job pathway. Compare that to countries where graduates have degrees but no skills, spend years job hunting. Germany flips the model. It produces ready-made professionals, not raw graduates. This is why youth unemployment in Germany is around 5 to 6%. But in many European countries, it is 15 to 25%. Germany doesn't just educate, it pre-installs productivity. The euro, a currency that quietly favors Germany. Germany shares its currency with 19 countries, but its economic behavior, very different. The European Central Bank sets interest rates for everyone, but Germany's economy is built for low inflation, high exports, and fiscal discipline. Why such obsession with inflation? Because of the trauma of the Weimar Republic hyperinflation. When money became so worthless, people used it as fuel. Today, Germany runs trade surpluses of 200 to 300 billion euros annually, meaning it sells far more to the world than it buys. And here's the hidden advantage. If Germany had its own currency, it would be much stronger. And result, exports become expensive. But with the euro, it stays relatively weaker, so exports stay competitive. Same currency, different outcomes. Germany benefits quietly. The crack, energy dependence. For years, Germany made a calculated bet. Cheap Russian gas equals to cheap production. At one point, over 55% of Germany's gas came from Russia. Then 2022 happened. War, sanctions, supply collapse. Energy prices surged by 2 to 5 times. Factories that relied on cheap energy suddenly faced impossible costs. Industries that hit hardest were chemicals, steel, and automotive. Some companies even considered moving production abroad. Germany's biggest strength, efficiency, was suddenly under threat because the machine was built for stability, not shock. The next battle, China. Germany's relationship with China is complicated. China is Germany's largest trading partner and a massive buyer of German cars. For example, Volkswagen sells over 30 to 40% of its vehicles in China alone. But now, China is no longer just buying, it's competing. Electric vehicles, battery technology, mass manufacturing, Chinese EV companies are producing cars, cheaper, faster, and increasingly high quality. Germany built its dominance on engineering perfection. China is building dominance on speed plus scale. And in the EV race, speed matters. The paradox: precision versus speed. Germany is extraordinary at long-term thinking, incremental perfection, and reliability. But the modern world rewards rapid iteration, risk-taking, and disruption. Germany improves things. The US invents things. China scales things. That's the triangle. And Germany sits in the middle, trying to adapt without losing what made it powerful. The machine under pressure. Germany is still one of the strongest economies on Earth, but for the first time in decades, it's being forced to change. From a slow, perfect machine to a system that must learn speed. And that's not easy, because you can upgrade technology, but changing mindset, that takes generations. Germany isn't failing, it's evolving. But the real question is, can a country built on perfection survive in a world that rewards imperfection and speed? Because once you understand Germany, you start to see something bigger. The world isn't run by chaos, it's run by systems. This is Deep Terra, where we don't just tell stories, we decode the machines behind them. Subscribe, because the next system we uncover might change how you see everything.